Hello, and welcome back to Through Imperial Eyes, our main news show, where we sit here and we talk about things that are happening in the Star Wars universe. I'm your host, Braydon Leadbetter.
I'm your co-host, Jackson Daleen.
And we're back, finally, with a consecutive episode to last week for some more Star Wars news. Jackson, what have you been up to for the past week or so?
So not a crazy amount. I just got back I went to Bluffton, Indiana. My girlfriend's brother got married, and we were at the wedding, and I'm late on into the evening. I met he was actually the best man of the wedding, but he was the brother's good friend, and he then questioned me hardcore about Star Wars.
Did you have a Star War?
Yes, but mind you, he was very adamant on his thoughts about the legends and the canon discussion, and had his very select opinions about things, and like all of his questions were very Legends-esque, whereas it was, he didn't even talk about like the sequel trilogy and stuff. And I just thought it was funny. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
We got back to the hotel, and Alexis was like, "How was your interview?" And I was just like, I was like, I don't know. It was a Legends dude, bro. So I don't really know what to say. Yeah, right. I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny. It was a funny interaction and it got to the point that like he and I were just like loudly talking to each other in the middle of this this wedding, just yelling about Star Wars to each other.
I don't know what it is about weddings, and like, because at my mom's wedding, me and my cousin, right after like the ceremony, and like it was like a cocktail hour thing, and that entire time we were just talking about Star Wars. I don't know what it is about the vibe of a wedding that like makes you want to talk about Star Wars.
Not a lot of people are able to like get their itch out, so
yeah.
Like they get it out with someone who knows what they're talking about. Yeah, they just spill everything.
Yeah, thankfully we get to talk about Star Wars every week and to get our itch out.
Just gets my steam out, even though this is just all I talk and think about on the regular.
Honestly, me too. Yeah, especially right now with everything coming up here.
Just everything happening. I know.
Yeah. But with me,
what about you? What have you been up to?
So first off, I want to talk about this. So I don't know if you remember or if you've seen these little Phantom Menace. They were like fast food toys back in the day, and they came in like a little cardboard box, like a tiny little like Rubik's Cube size box, and the interior would like be a puzzle piece, and it would come with a little toy. And I had one that I just haven't opened. I just got it at Goodwill one time. I think it was the Goodwill that you work at. I got it there one time, picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and I just kind of forgot about it. And I just remembered I have it. And
do you have it with you right now? Can I see it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Newt Gunray.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can wind him up, and he walks across the desk. It is so cool.
There is I almost bought it today. There's currently a AT-AT like wind up toy that it's got the little Stormtrooper bobblehead on it.
Oh, that's cool.
I just bought this from
What is
Goodwill.
that?
It's a little it's not hanging the way I want it. It's a little Kylo Ren mask. It's a Halloween mask.
Oh, that's like one of those cheap like plasticky ones.
But it's one of the better ones that were there, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I hung up my wall. It doesn't hang the way I want it to, but it's still fun.
For those listening, this little Newt Gunray toy thing is him in like a little chair, like the chair with the legs on it.
It's his little spider chair.
Yeah, a little spider leg chair, kind of like the one that the hologram is on. But anyway, I thought that was cool. And then I also got a chance to check out the Lego Star Wars Halloween special, Terrifying Tales.
I have yet to watch it. I'm really behind on mine.
It's funny. It's cute.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's the vibe of the holiday special, the Lego Star Wars holiday special.
Is it better than the holiday special, or
I don't know. I think it has a lot of funny moments and like really great. It references.
I'll have to check it out.
It has a lot of sequel trilogy moments that I think that you would like.
That's cool.
There's it's like a cool whole like section like dealing with Luke and Ben like training.
Oh, that's cool.
Really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really fun. Oh, you know what? I should mention too. I got back into High Republic comics.
Oh,
trying
to catch up
to read. I am caught.
You're caught up. Okay.
The last one I have to read is Monster of Temple Peak 2, which is the Ty Yorick. origin story. Not really an origin story, but like it's got her origin stuff in it.
Her introduction, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a side quest, but like it also talks about like where she's kind of come from. It's kind of like Tempest Runner, where it's just kind of like.
Speaking of, I just about 10 minutes ago, I got an Audible credit, so I picked up Tempest Runner, so I can finally listen to it.
It's a good listen. I'm excited for you to hear your.
I'm gonna dive in this weekend probably.
It's very fun. But yeah, no, the High Republic comics are really good right now, because like. Everything's done like a 3 to 6 month jump since the Republic Fair, so everything's kind of like there's like a full story, and like the stuff happened with like the Drengir, and like that's a big plot that I think will come into fruition in the Fallen Star. And yeah, it's been really good. I've been really enjoying it. Kevin Scott and DJ Older have been kind of doing the main stuff with it, and DJ Older's comics getting really good. I'm getting really excited for where he's going to go with that story. Do you know Yoda's missing?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yoda like crash lands on this planet, has been MIA since like probably like a month before the Republic Fair happened.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't the explanation that like they were too busy dealing with like other stuff in the galaxy? Rising Storm.
Essentially, he's helping like this dude who forced Yoda like into secrecy about it, and Yoda like gave him his word, and they crash landed on this planet and have since been heard from. They have no idea what's going on with them or where they're at. So.
I really got to catch up on all the High Republic stuff.
They've been fun. I highly recommend that YouTube channel. Literally, I pound them in like my 15-minute breaks because they're all like 13 to. Monster of Temple Peak was like 20 minutes, and I was like, easy. Burn through it. So yeah, that's all I had to say.
Well, cool. Are we ready to dive into some Star Wars news?
We are ready to dive
Let's get it going.
So starting off the day, we have Star Wars Galaxy of Sounds, which is now streaming on Disney Plus, 2BH. I have yet to listen to this,
Me
but
too. I've been meaning
really itching for it. I know I really want to. I need like the right moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Star Wars Galaxy of Sounds has quietly, dropped on Disney Plus. It came out September 28th, and it is an opportunity for viewers to listen to some of the most iconic sounds and effects of the saga, with their accompanying visuals and without dialogue or music. The 7 episodes of the Galaxy of Sounds cover a range of topics from across the Skywalker saga and beyond, including wonder, excitement, dark side, light side, beeps, connections, and oddities. Each installment runs between about 7 and 9 minutes, and there seems to be just kind of a perfect little vibe for everything that you want. It's really nice to have just background noise, or it gives you kind of this nice ambiance if you're, focusing or trying to sleep or something. So
trying to sleep and it just
I don't know. I can only imagine like the dark side. Like the dark side's just like this like deep humming. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't listened to it. I'm just guessing.
I know I haven't at all.
I think this is cool. Yeah. I really like this kind of stuff that you can like I know they dropped like the vehicles and landscapes one, and
I want more biomes.
In the biomes, yeah, and I really like the kind of stuff that you can just like throw on your TV in the background.
Yeah,
because Disney Plus is doing a lot of that. Like they did like a couple. What are they called? Just like the screensavers where you turn it on and it's just like an aquarium and like you see Dory swimming by.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That kind of thing. I want more of this kind of stuff for Star Wars. Just throw on. Like,
yeah, I would love just like a hyperspace fire, 10-hour.
Oh, that would be cool.
But it's hyperspace. I bet you there's something on like YouTube about that. But like,
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I do.
A Disney Plus, like 4K. Like
well, whenever I read stuff. My favorite sound to go to, I go on YouTube and I search Coruscant ambience, and all you hear is like a little R2 in the background, kind of beeping away, like very subtly, and then you hear all the ships flying by consistently. It's like really calming and like really gets you in the zone to read.
Yeah. Well, and that when we talk about like biomes and stuff, the Hoth section on the biome is so calming, wonderful. Solely for the sound. Just that softness to it. It's just so peaceful that I'm glad that they have something like this.
I like all of them.
Biomes is really
great.
It's perfect. I love biomes. So Cool. What do we got next?
Up next, we have a release date finally. This dropped like the day after we recorded last week, so we couldn't cover it last week. But we have a release date for Book of Boba Fett, which is set for December 29th, and this is the press release as follows. The Book of Boba Fett, a thrilling Star Wars adventure, finds legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett and mercenary Fennec Shand navigating the galaxy's underworld when they return to the sands of Tatooine to stake their claim on the territory once ruled by Jabba the Hutt and his crime syndicate. I want to hear Tom Kane read that. But they did also release a little poster. It's fine. It's just a painting of Boba
a little
sitting
poster.
It's not a big like it's a poster. I mean, it kind of seemed a little fan made, and I was like, oh, this is the poster you guys are putting out?
It's got a weird like matte coloring to it.
Yeah, it's like a digital painting of Boba sitting on the throne, at the post credits from Mandalorian season 3, season 2, but really cool. Finally have a release date. I guess, like we said, like you kind of guessed that it would be towards New Year, Christmas, around then. Which I'm guessing it's gonna be weird because Disney has a lot of big things coming out around this time. Hawkeye, the finale of Hawkeye, I think is going to be around then. Spider-Man No Way Home will be the week before this, and then we're getting Book of Boba Fett. It's going to be a big December.
Well, and I bet you too, Boba Fett will air on Boba Fett will air the 29th, which is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And New Year's is that Friday. So we'll get to episode 2, New Year's Eve,
You think so?
Oh, I bet you. Because that's how they start those series is they do the Wednesday drop and then the Friday release. And then they do the Friday scheduling.
I wonder if they're going to stick with the Wednesday or the Friday. I don't know.
Honestly, I would prefer the Friday.
I would too.
I like having the end of the week.
I like starting my weekend with Star Wars.
Yes, I agree.
Or which is with a new, I remember with stuff like WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier and then Loki switched to Wednesdays, and it took us a while
Loki
to remember.
Really I didn't.
Yeah, but it took us a while to remember that. Oh yeah, we have an episode to watch tonight, and it's like the middle of the week, and we're all busy. It was weird. I really like the Friday releases better, but the only thing is they do the Wednesdays so it doesn't clash with their theater releases because all the theater releases are Fridays. So they don't want it to clash with the premieres and all that kind of thing.
I don't care.
I don't either. I don't think anybody else would care, but it's the numbers show. So well, cool. What do we got going on next?
So up next, this was all kind of revealed as well with the Book of Boba Fett poster and the release date. But Lucasfilm plans to release 11 new Star Wars Disney Plus shows in the next few years. This was from the Hollywood Reporter covering the drop of the Boba Fett poster and the, just kind of talking about the show and all of that. And in it, they say, quote, the Book of Boba Fett will be the second live-action Star Wars series to debut on Disney+. The streamer also has a limited series centered on Obi-Wan Kenobi in the works as well, with 2 other Mandalorian spin-offs, which is Ahsoka and Rangers of the New Republic, if that's still going to happen. All told, Disney plans to air 11 Star Wars series in the next several years. We already know what 7 of these projects are by means of Lucasfilm's previous announcements, at the Investors Day and the presentation show. That was Obi-Wan, Andor, Lando, Ahsoka, Rangers, Acolyte, and Book of Boba Fett. And then as well as more of like Mandalorian and all of that. I don't know if this covers the Droid Story animated movie, but I think right off the bat it's going to be the shows that we're getting, and then
I think we got more shows coming.
What else do you think we're going to get?
I think we're going to get a vision. I don't know if they're doing if they're counting seasons of shows, but I definitely think we're getting a Vision season 2. Obviously, Bad Batch isn't in there.
I agree.
So, and I don't think Visions is in there either.
I think we're getting a High Republic show.
I want a High Republic show, but I just don't see it happening. I think they're really pushing the literature and the publishing side.
I agree, I think they're going to. I think if they do, it would be something that they tie in with the Acolyte rather than the High Republic, but it's that era.
I just don't see that. I think with the Acolyte, we will see like the latter half of the High Republic era, but I don't think we'll see like any characters or plots that we know on the screen High Republic wise, probably for the next 5 to 10 years, unfortunately. I think we'll see the era. I just don't think we'll see any kind of screen adaptation for the High Republic.
No, I'm not saying screen adaptation. I'm talking more like the era. Like,
you just want to see something from the era.
I think we're getting a High Republic like era show. I think we're getting
that would be so cool.
The Jedi in that time frame. New characters, new stuff. I think if anything, it would be a spin-off from the Acolyte.
Yeah, we don't really have anything Jedi centric coming up in the future at all yet.
Which I think a lot of people are kind of wanting, but I don't think we should forget the Jedi.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because I mean, there are shows that feature like a Jedi, but there's nothing planned that we know of so far that is strictly about the Jedi Order of some kind.
Do you think we'll get a Luke Skywalker show?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna. I think if we do end up getting a Luke Skywalker show, they're gonna face a lot of mixed backlash from a lot of people, because a lot of people are super protective over the character, with it having to be Mark Hamill, and I think it's just this isn't the time to do a Luke Skywalker show. And if you're gonna do a Luke Skywalker show, animate it like we've always said. Just give us an animated one.
I agree. I completely agree. Well, cool.
Let's move on here to our next story, which is, I know that we kind of covered this, that there was this big rumor that Mena Messoud would be playing Ezra Bridger, and Ash Crossan from Screen Rant has talked to him just recently, and this is what he said when she asked about the whole frenzy with his Instagram posts with Ezra quote and all that. He said, just manifesting, trying different things. There's not much more I can say about it. And I listened to the interview, and when he says there's not much more I can say about it, he's you can tell like he's trying to say more, but he can't.
Like, why would you even say there's not much more to say about it? All right, you're in it. Like, you just told me you're in it.
But he continued and said, I had heard murmurings that this role was coming up, and that this is becoming a real thing. So I just kind of wanted to throw my name in the ring, just part of manifesting what you want. I think that he did it, and it was trying to be subtle and see if people would notice. And I think that he is already cast, and they're already in the works for Ezra to show up in Ahsoka.
Filming. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because it's like he's talking about just like he's manifesting and trying different things, and then he kind of cuts himself off and says, "There's not much more I can say." And that's something that people
you just told me.
That's something that people under NDAs say.
Yeah, literally.
Like I cannot comment on that.
Yeah, I thought about it, but you know what? Actually, I can't talk about how I was thinking about it.
Yeah. So, I definitely think that he is a great choice for Ezra, and even if he is not lying, and that he's really just trying to campaign for the role, I think he'd be great as Ezra. Because I mean, have you seen the live action Aladdin?
No. But
he's actually great in it.
I know what he looks like, and
he captures the essence of Ezra's kind of naive, childlike persona, Yeah. He kind of captures the essence of that, and I think it'd be really interesting to see how he picks up the pieces, obviously from Rebels and everything like that, and where he ends up in Ahsoka, because I think he is showing up in Ahsoka.
Oh, 100%.
I just want to know, in what state will we see him? Kentucky, Mississippi, Arkansas,
Ohio.
Yeah. No, but what do you think about all of this and him addressing these rumors?
I completely agree. I think he's definitely cast and is in it and is been doing his thing. I've been thinking about, where is what state he's in, where is he? And obviously I think he is going to be in a part where he's like, okay, he's almost like he's been surviving. The question is Thrawn with him?
I'm just wondering how his mental state will be. Like if he is really trapped like in this alternate world between worlds.
I am picturing a much older and wiser Ezra.
They could go a couple ways with it.
I agree. Like, yeah, we could definitely see a very broken and different Ezra, kind of like almost like Trash Planet Mall, where he's just murmuring to himself. But I don't know. I feel like with Ezra's like it being his deliberate decision, I feel like he's learned a lot from it and like used that knowledge of the Force to kind of expand him. I kind of picture it like it's like Qui-Gon teaching Obi-Wan how to be a Force ghost. It's I bet you it's Kanan from another realm guiding him to be kind of more one with the Force. And this is in this time that we have missed him. He's been learning that he's going to be much more. I almost picture him to be much more Force centered, kind of instead of this Jedi Knight, more of this Jedi Master, this Yoda style figure. That's what I picture from New Ezra.
I wonder if they could be going the route of he's kind of haunted by his past and he kind of has a mental downfall, kind of like how what they wanted us to think would be happening to Luke in the sequel trilogy. I wonder if they're going to go that route too, just because, he's basically been MIA for, 20 years and yeah, I would be okay with whatever happens. You said, or I don't know, and I think I think we're definitely seeing him in Ahsoka. I think it would make no sense for them to not address Ezra when she's looking for Thrawn. So I think that we will see him. We will see Ezra in a live action form, and I'm pretty sure it'll be Mena Messoud, but who knows? But anyway, let's move right along here. What is the next story we got?
So, Michelle Ang, who plays Omega in The Bad Batch, is currently recording her lines for season 2. In a post on Tuesday, Ang, who voices Omega, expressed her excitement over being back in a proper studio, taking a photo of herself in a vocal booth during a recording session for The Bad Batch season 2. Quote, in a proper studio for the first time in forever to tidy up some work on the Bad Batch series. Amazing how our team can connect from across the world and during a lockdown, end quote. The second season will be one of the tentative 11 Star Wars projects Lucasfilm is planning to release over the next several years on Disney+, and as of now is the only animated series scheduled for 2022 though the animated movie A Droid Story might come out next year too. But yeah, I'm glad that they're already getting to work on it. And I bet you Deep Bradley Baker's just locked in a room getting everybody else in that show.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's getting checks every other day for all his work that he's doing. That man will be employed until the day he dies doing Star Wars voices, because he's just the best of the best. But I definitely, this is expected, especially since they're trying to push Bad Batch season 2 for next year. I mean, they got to get going on it real quick.
Do we know when next year or just next year?
They just said 2022. So I'm assuming it'll probably be
fall.
Yeah, either summer or fall. I don't think they'll wait until winter of next, like late winter of next year, like late in the year winter. You're going to say something. What were you going to say?
Obi-Wan, Bad Batch, and/or Boba Fett. No, I'm sorry. Boba Fett's this year. So Obi-Wan.
No, but Boba Fett, Obi-Wan.
Boba Fett, I was thinking 2022. I was just taking Boba Fett out. But Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Bad Batch, and/or.
And then possibly Mando season 3.
And then, Mando season 3.
And then we don't even know anything. Like, I think Ahsoka's they're probably not going to do Ahsoka till next year.
The year after that'll be 2023 will be Ahsoka, Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Maybe. I kind of hope we hear more about Lando here soon. I hope we get some Lando news in the next coming year.
Oh, yeah. Because all they said was there's someone attached to produce it. And that's about it.
I think if you're doing young Lando, you either do stuff with Kira and Crimson Dawn, or there's a line in Solo that Lando says, I paid my debts to the Dawn already. And I think about that all the time. And it's just like, what is that story? Is that a comic? If it is, like, can I see that on screen? Like, I think that'd be cool.
If it is, can I have it?
Can I have it? Literally.
But her Instagram posts like had like a little monitor in the background with like a couple Bad Batch people on there. I was like, ooh, what scene is that? But yeah, especially if they're trying to get this out next year. I mean, they probably are in the deep of it right now, trying to get all the recording done. And I wonder how big of a role Omega is going to be playing in season 2.
I bet you it's huge. I bet you it's just so much.
There's going to be some revelations, I think, too. But yeah, very exciting stuff that they're already getting to work for Bad Batch. I was wondering this. Do you think they just straight up didn't even stop production for Bad Batch? You think they just finished season 1 and went right into season 2?
I bet you. None of those people are really doing anything else right now. Yeah. So, like, why not?
I bet they did. I bet they're just doing it back to back because they want to get it out year by year because it's doing so well.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I would love that, to have just a consistent animated series.
Yeah. Well, cool. What is last here?
Bubba.
A Bubba? The Bubba's last?
Star Wars News Net exclusive. Wild scene description from the Book of Boba Fett.
Ooh.
I had to read that like a 40s intro. So the Book of Boba Fett is less than 3 months away, and we have a big exclusive from Star Wars News Net about the series that should satisfy your appetite for footage until the trailer
Well, I got an appetite. All right, let's do it.
A reliable source has described a scene from the Book of Boba Fett to Star Wars News Net. In the scene, Boba Fett will be encountering and quite possibly taming/controlling a Rancor.
Ooh.
Our source was not completely positive on whether Fett is fighting the beast or controlling it, but Fett is standing on the back of the Rancor's neck and looks like he's riding and controlling it as it tears through a complex/city street on what is likely Tatooine. They consulted with a separate source who confirmed that the scene is indeed in the series. That sounds buck wild.
This is gonna be the Wild Wild West, but Star Wars. It's going to be...
I bet you each episode's just going to be like a crazier stunt that they just keep trying to top each other of like, what can we make Boba Fett do?
I think that's exactly what Robert Rodriguez was talking about of...
He's just going to be like,
not be disappointed.
I am Boba Fett. This is Jackass.
Pretty much. This is going to be Star Wars Jackass. Yeah, this is... I mean, this doesn't really spoil anything about the plot or the story of the show, so I'm not too worried about a spoiler warning because it's just
Boba Fett kills hundreds in really rad Rancor ride.
Is that a Rancor? Yeah, I think this will be super cool. What do you think? Like, what do you think this says about the tone? I mean, because I think it's gonna feel very Mandalorian. Do you think it's gonna be just the tone of all the action in Mandalorian?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I think they just have taken that and dialed it up to 11.
Yeah, especially with Robert Rodriguez
Especially with Robert Rodriguez. No, I agree.
Because I don't know. I don't think they said how many episodes he directed, but I think it was a good amount. I think.
How many episodes are in the Book of Boba Fett?
I believe it's like 6.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I kept thinking it was going to be 4.
It might even be 4.
That doesn't make. I don't know, because they got Favreau, Filoni, and is Dallas Howard working on it?
I don't think so. I think it's... Is she?
Or is it Famuyima? I think it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
On Boba Fett? I don't think...
Yeah, I think she's working on Boba Fett.
You know, I could be... I think we covered this, didn't we?
At one point.
So, a Book of Boba Fett directors. Right now, it just says... Come on, where they at though? It just says confirmed so far has been Robert Rodriguez, and then obviously there's Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Okay, so maybe we just were wrong in speculating, and I wouldn't be surprised if either of them showed up. I kind of would be down if it was just the Mando director crew that was just doing it.
Yeah, honestly, just
they know what they're doing.
Why fix it if it ain't broken?
Let's just say they'll recognize my face.
Well, cool. Do you have any other final thoughts about this?
No, I mean, like this sounds just absolutely bonkers. I'm so excited to see just what they do and what they pull off every episode.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah, just give us the trailer. Come on. We're 3 months away and we have not seen a little drop of footage.
Give it to me.
But I think this show is. It promises to deliver, so it's kind of has to. Well, cool. I think that about does us for this week of Star Wars news. If you'd like to find us on the social medias, you can find us, as always, on Instagram at Through Imperial Eyes Pod, and on Twitter at Imperial Eyes Pod, and YouTube, you can search up Through Imperial Eyes Podcast, and we will pop up in your face. Jackson, where can they find you?
I'm right here. You can find me on Twitter.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Jackson.
You can find me on Twitter at Quaxon Scaling. It's QUACKSON, and scaling like a triangle. And then you can follow my photography Instagram, which is at @Dalean_photography. It's DALEEN_photography. Braydon, what about you?
As always, you can find me over on the Instagram machine at Braydon Leadbetter. On the Twitter machines at Braydonleadbetter. Anyway, okay, that hurts my throat.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And then also, if you would like to follow me on Letterboxd, see what I'm watching, see what I'm reviewing, you can check me out at BLeadbetter. It's a good time over there. And you can see my thoughts on Harry Potter, because I'm rewatching the Harry Potter movies right now. But anyway, do not forget to check out our Apple Podcasts and leave that rating and review. It really helps out the show, and it lets us know that you like what we're doing. And if you don't have that, check us out on Spotify. That always helps. Just subscribe over there, or whatever else you got. Interact however you'd like to do so. It really helps out the show. And check us out next week for some more Star Wars news. And hopefully we have, a bigger week than 4 news stories. But until then, we will talk to you on the flippity flop. May the Force be with you.